Okay, so let's have a little look at what we got. Beautiful bit of Bohemian crystal by there. And then we go into the shop and there's an absolutely lovely Welsh wool shawl. Caught my eye straight away. Don't ask me how I saw that amongst everything else that was there, but I did. Didn't buy it, but it was there. So today we're having a walk around Porthcawl charity shops. Now, I'm sorry about the speed. I do try and slow it down as much as I can, but this is me hiding the camera and taking a look around. Now you see some lovely decanters and things here, but this shop is generally full retail. Best of luck to them if they can get the price, but they are out of my league on 90% of the items. But there is one piece in there that I absolutely adore. We'll discuss this one at the end of the video. I do all the charity shops in Porthcawl, and there's one church fete that I attend, or church little jumble that I attend, and we take a little look at that. Now, what you will notice is all the shops are busy, they're small, they're cramped. But yeah, I'll give you the look as good as I can. Now here we come up on the shelves. There's not a lot on the shelves, but what you will notice is a massive collection, or a large collection then, of Royal Albert Old Country roses. It was very expensive. Some pieces were £30 and £40 on their own. Well, you can see that jug and tray there were $49.99 just for the jug and tray. So it was out of my league. That wasn't for the set. That was individually priced. But there I was just looking at the Laurel and Hardy case. I do have a look in the cabinet again now the lady's moved. Now there is, in the cabinet, there is a grog. But I looked at the grog and it was dated. So it's not just Happy 60th Dad, otherwise I would have had it. It was dated on the back for his birthday, so it was no good. This is a little church jumble sale, or little church charity room. Now, sorry about the spinning there. It's got quite a bit of jewellery dotted around the room, some hanging up, some in trays, things like that. And it was all very, very cheap. Now, I didn't find any jewellery today, but I have had jewellery and things out of here in the past, gold and silver, so always worth checking. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Walter Neal, and I'm the founder of AntiquesArena.com. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you love antiques, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, thank you very much. Now we walk over here and there's a couple of really interesting things here. There's a pot on the top. You don't really get a good look at it now, unfortunately. I was trying to hide the camera. I chose not to have it anyway. There is some beautiful early crystal dishes, sweetmeat dishes, and you'll see me look at now in just a moment. Now, normally I would have bought them, but I got distracted and forgot about them. Well, there's a set of 6, but they're sweetmeat dishes. They're probably Webco, but I can't say I found a signature, but they're normally Webco, but they wouldn't have been expensive. I just left them there because I got distracted by a pair of studio pottery figures that you'll see on the top shelf very, very briefly now. There they are, but there. You'll get a good look at those figures at the end. Now, this was fireplace. Now, I should have spent more time and looked at this pastel painting now in the window. It's a really nice pastel painting. That's an original painting, I believe. I don't think it was a print. And when I go back down next week, I will be taking another look at that, because when I was editing the video down, it certainly looked a lot better on the video than it was in person. And a nice set of Babycham glasses there. They're not as saleable as you'd think, but collectible little things. Now, I ended up having to cut the video by here. Unfortunately, it was extremely crowded. But there was nothing much in this shop at all for me. I did, however, buy this little Oriental painting. That is a painting, not a print, of a butterfly and a flower. I haven't listed that, so that won't be in today's video, but it was £2. It was really, really cheap, and a nice little watercolor. But you can see how busy it was. I couldn't move in here with the camera, so I had to put it away when I was walking down. People were looking at me, and I felt very uncomfortable. There was a lady there checking her Google Lens, I think. But you can see the type of thing. When you're walking around the charity shops, A, they're busy, they're cramped, they're small. There's lots and lots of household, and you got to try and find the gems in among them. It was a nice vintage jug there, probably a White Friars or something like that from the 70s. I elected to leave it because it was just a bit boring for me. I've had so many of them, I just don't bother. Now, I did go through all our jewellery, but there was nothing there. That in the window there is a Portmeirion Greek Key set. It's missing the coffee pot, and they wanted $29.99 for the set without the coffee pot, so it was a little expensive. There you'll see a Bristol blue glass mannequin head. If you see those on the markets, they sell really, really well, but that one wasn't for sale. It was just shop display, unfortunately. Right now I'm actually going through all the jewellery that's on the shelf. And you can see how small it is. I can't even pass the couple that are stood there looking at the shelf. It's just so rammed in closed. So I try going around the other side and I hit another person. So as soon as I get one or two people in the shop, it's full. And again, I'm trying to be discreet, so it's not of the best of angles, but I don't think I bought anything in this shop anyway this week. Now, I have had plenty of pieces in the past, but unfortunately, Porthcawl today was seriously busy, and there wasn't a huge amount of quality there. Right about now, I think I was looking at a crystal bowl. We will have a look at the items at the end of the video. I only have 3 finds to share with you. Now, this is the shop I bought the Mintons Melica out of at the start of the year. I paid $49.99 and it's up for £1,250. So this shop I always pay close attention to. I've had some cracking deals out of it. And I have another lovely item out of it again today. You can see all the stuff. Now, these know what they're doing 99% of the time. The crystal, you can see those set of 6 tumblers. I actually look at those. £50 they had on those. I think they were all Dalton. So they know the price of crystal. There's not a lot of charity shops that understand the value of crystal, but these do. But they were really nice glasses. Here's a glimpse of the vase I bought then on the top shelf. I don't know if you saw it then. I don't know if you get a good look at it. No. That's me now looking at the vase. There it is. I will share it with you in a few moments. It's just a nice... This shop has some nice stuff. You have to pay more for it than you do from normal charity shops, but they have some really nice things. All the items are already up for sale out on the website AntiquesArena.com. So I'll show you the 3 that I've selected out of it today. The only thing I haven't listed was the watercolor, and I'll do that another day. But I'm going to share the 3 items with you at the end. Now, I did go through this very carefully. They had a sterling silver money clip there. It looked about an ounce, but they wanted $39.99 on there, something like that. There's the vase I bought. Absolutely spectacular thing, and we'll look at that at the end. So, before I show you the couple of pieces now, if you like these type of videos, let me know, and I'll try and do more of them, because I do the charity shops very, very often, and I'll just pull the phone out, and I'll very discreetly just film what I'm doing, and you never know, you might see stuff that I miss, and you may like stuff that I pick up or don't pick up, and, you know, it's a good way of joining me on my searches. But let's take a little look at 3 of the items that I did buy. So this was the first piece. You saw that priced up in the window. It was at £15. Now, I always use a Pepsi's can for scale, but this is beautiful. It is Bohemian crystal, and it is all hand cut, hand blown and hand cut. And I'm not kidding you, it is absolutely gorgeous. There's a big difference. There's a whole range of these baskets, from a 10, 15, 20 pound basket all the way up to a 500 pound basket. This is real quality cutting, and I mean top quality cutting at its best. Look at all the different cutting. You got hobnail cutting, strawberry diamond cutting, you got these cartwheels in the middle. It's a really good piece. Top pattern you can get for Bohemian is Queen's lace. But really good thing, good size, and as I said, £15, I'm asking 85. This was the star buy of the day. This was the Royal Porcelain from Bavaria KPM vase. It's 1970s. I think they hand painted, and it is absolutely spectacular. And there's the size comparison image. I always use one when I want size to matter. And there's the mark there. Now, I paid the $29.99 for this. I also done a Google search. Now, I've had these in the past, and I've sold them for as much as £200 for a jug and things in the past. Google search showed me it was worth at least 100, so 95 it went on for. But it's 1960s, 1970s, KPM, and it is absolutely fabulous, banging with style. And the final piece I'm going to put in for today's video is a pair of studio pottery figures. You've got a bishop and a monk, and they are Charmouth Pottery. Really, really interesting things, really well made. Now, this pottery generally does little cottages and very small novelty pieces as a rule. I've done loads of searching. I can't find anything on them. They both contain this sticker. Michael and Susan Hendrick, Charmouth Pottery. And I believe Michael Hendrick was the one that started the pottery in the 60s. I think it was 67. So, yeah, you can see it's really well modelled and made. Anyway, these are what I had out of that little church charity or fete or jumble, whatever you want to call it. And they cost me £5 for the pair. And I really rate them. I actually think they're really nice, different and interesting. And I got 75 on them. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing, and it'll help the channel out. And if you have, again, thank you very much. Now, this channel is going to be purely dedicated to hauls. So if you love this type of video, that is all that's going to be on this channel from now on, is haul videos, little show and tells of shops and charity shops and antique fairs and centres and things like that. If I do a vlog channel, it's going to be on a different channel. I'm going to create another channel for vlogs and so forth. So this channel's been stripped right down to the bare bones, and it's only going to be a haul channel. So if you love the hauls, make sure you subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. And out of the 3 pieces, would you have bought any of them? And if you did, or would have, which is your favourite?